Hi, I'm Matthew Berger. I'm a senior level designer on Diablo 3, and we're here at E3 showing off Diablo 3 on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
So Matthew, what are some of the challenges when we're bringing a PC game like Diablo to the console?
You have to be very careful that the game is going to feel native on a controller, and really that was the start of the work for us, is to make sure that when you're playing on your couch with the controller in your hand, you don't feel like you're playing a PC game. You feel like you're playing a game on your console. So we worked very, very hard to make sure that the controller felt, instinctive with Diablo 3.
Now, the demo, you said there's no auction house in this game. How is that going to work?
So because a lot of console players aren't necessarily connected to the internet, we decided not to have an auction house on Diablo 3 in order to minimize the fact that your trading pool is going to be a little bit more diminished because of that. We have increased the potency of crafting to some degree. It's easier to get a better item when you're crafting. We also are dropping a little less loot but of a higher quality. So those things in common will help to offset the fact that you're not trading with as many players as you would on PC.
Now, it seemed there were a lot of smaller differences between the PC and the PS3 and Xbox 360. Can you go into detail about those? You said you facelifted some boss battles, for example.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously done a lot of work on the controls. We've done a lot of work on the UI. We've also tweaked enemy AIs so that they don't swarm you as much as they do on PC, but that there's still as many enemies as you would expect in a Diablo 3 game. We've also updated some of the boss fights. Sometimes it's a little bit of the introduction. Sometimes it's the mechanics of the fight, and made sure that they felt as much as console boss fights as we could, and really leverage that opportunity to have another look at some of them.
What was personally for you one of the greatest challenges porting this over to the console?
I'm going to go back to the controls. There is a rhythm to a Diablo game, and there's a rhythm to clicking on your mouse and moving forward, and there's a rhythm to a console game, and the rhythm is very different. It's not a staccato, it's more of a flowing rhythm, and we wanted to make sure that those two competing rhythms were captured and that they somehow meshed together into an experience that was going to be pleasant for the player, so that when you're playing Diablo 3 on console, you're like, yes, I'm playing a console game, but you're also, yes, I'm playing Diablo 3, and it doesn't feel like the two are competing.
Why does it take so long, do you think, for PC games to reach the console, if they do ever?
I don't know about why it takes so long. I do know that some games are suited for certain formats. Some games are better suited for console, other games are better suited for PC. And when you have a game that you're going to be launching on both, and that you feel works best, works well on both, you want to make sure that you leverage both ecosystems independently in a way that makes sense, and not just porting on one or the other. That's the best experiences, is when you go, this totally feels native on PC, this totally feels native on console, I'm having a good time, whichever system I've chosen, and that takes time.
You also mentioned that PS2 will have exclusive items. Can you go into those a little bit?
We have some exclusive pre-order items that we were able to partner with Sony for. We have items linked to Journey and to Uncharted, which get a little bit of a throwback to those. And we also have, for the Xbox players, we do have a pre-order bonus that you will also have access to.
Awesome. And when can people play Diablo 3 on their consoles?
People can play Diablo 3 on console on September 3rd.